Hi everyone, how are you? I'm Edipo Kleber, an architect. And in this video, I want to give you lots of tips to help you decorate your bedroom. Spending very little or spending just what's necessary to have a luxury bedroom. And I'm going to use examples from my projects, from my work, to suggest some products you can buy to use in decorating your bedroom. I'll even leave the links to these products in the description of this video and also in the first pinned comment, so you can buy the products I'm going to show you here in this video. With a very good price, affordable for you to decorate your room, whether it's a single room or a double room. Let's go! Alright guys, starting here with something I always like to use in my projects, and if you've been following me for a long time, you know this. It's about the walls, okay? I really like to use linen wallpaper, and I'm going to explain to you why I like to use it. First, it's a finish that brings a lot of sophistication to the wall. You have no idea how different a plain painted wall is compared to a wall with linen wallpaper. It's an incredible difference. The feeling of sophistication, modernity, and luxury that a linen wallpaper brings to a bedroom wall when it's installed is amazing. The color of the wallpaper doesn't matter. That depends on the decor you have in your room. What I want you to understand is that the item, the product you need to have in your bedroom is linen wallpaper. No matter the color, whether it's gray, beige, sand grayish, yellowish, blue, or green, regardless of the color, okay? Use linen wallpaper, all right? There are several models you can buy, from the ones that are applied traditionally with glue, and then you hire a professional to do that job, or even the one I'm going to recommend to you in this video, which is self-adhesive. You just peel it off like a double-sided sticker, peel it and stick it onto your wall. And then it gives you that nice feeling, which I really like to recommend to my clients. The linen effect, right? Imagine that you're running your hand over a t-shirt, you know, with that nice fabric that feels good to touch. That's the feeling you'll get on a wall with linen wallpaper. And then you can use it, in my opinion, as an architect, as a decorator, on the headboard wall, okay, on that wall that's more visible in the bedroom. We know that a bedroom always has the wardrobe wall, which is a wall that's going to be completely hidden. We won't be able to see that wall, the wall that's always by the window, and on the window usually we have the curtain, which is the next item I'm going to talk to you about here. So usually the wall that stands out the most in your room is where you're going to apply this linen wallpaper. So my first tip for you here in this video, to help you transform your suite or a single bedroom, and as I told you, yours. And the second item is exactly the curtain that you're going to use for your bedroom, whether it's a single or a double room. Just reminding you that when we talk about curtains, understand that the curtain should start from the ceiling and end about a finger or 1 centimeter above the floor. There are architects who like to let it touch the floor, but I prefer to leave it at least 1 centimeter above the floor without touching it. It's a matter of cleanliness. But these are decisions you'll have to make with your architect or your decorator, but since here I am your architect, I'm giving you my recommendation. Look, leave at least the width of a finger between it and the floor. Always. Okay guys, always. Curtains have to go from the ceiling to the floor, never stop the curtain halfway. Unless, of course, there are exceptions in decoration. Unless you have a headboard like the one I'm showing you here, custom made, that sticks out from the wall about 10 or 15 centimeters with LED lighting, then yes. You can't bring the curtain forward, otherwise it will end up with that wavy, broken look. Or you'll have to bring it more toward the center of the room, fixing it to the ceiling, and then it'll be too far from the wall. Except for those exceptions, other than that, always have the curtain from ceiling to floor and keep it in the same line. If we use linen wallpaper on the headboard wall, for example, the curtain also has to follow the same pattern. It has to be fabric. It can't be that plastic we usually see. In some situations, those plastic curtains are really cheap, but they're not aesthetically nice. They're not visually appealing. So I'm also going to recommend a really good curtain model for you, which I'll leave here in the description of this video and in the first pinned comment. It's a fabric curtain model with a really good price that you can use, okay? There are situations where you have it custom made, all right? The link I'm going to leave for you here is for the standard sizes that we always use. But if you can afford it, it's a little more expensive to have it custom made. But if you can do it, it's great. It turns out even better. But if not, the link is down here. So take this second tip here, because it's really great for you who want to decorate your single or double bedroom. Third item, guys, look, the headboard can be made from various materials, including this one I'm showing you here, which is a modular headboard. Think with me, you have your box bed there in your room, whether it's single or double, it doesn't matter here, okay? So are you going to buy the headboard for the bed? Usually there are headboards that are already made. You just get them, put them there, push the box bed and mattress against it, and that's it. But there's also the modular headboard, which I think is awesome, man. I think this type of headboard looks really nice for you to put and install on your bed, whether it's your single bed or your double bed. And the price is like insanely cheap. This type of headboard, this type of decoration, it's padded, which is really nice for your daily life. It can be made by a carpenter, sure, no problem at all. But this model is really cool. Why? You can customize it, you can choose the colors, okay? You can choose the height, the size, okay? You can, for example, have it extend, I don't know, 50 centimeters on each side of your bed. Especially the double bed one, to also cover the nightstand next to your bed. Anyway, you can play around with the shape of your headboard, make it higher, lower, or all leveled. There, anyway, you can choose the model, whether it's square, half rectangular, half oval anyway. There are several types of headboards, but I think this modular one is amazing. I think it's really cool. And if you want to use a little more, you can even get 2 small wooden slats, made of medium density fiberboard, stick it to the wall or fix it with a screw and attach these headboards so that they stay a little away from the wall. And then you go there and put an LED on top. Look how cool, LED strips are also cheap, right? A little piece of wooden slat there, you'll also buy it cheap, and the headboard too, at a very affordable price. Okay guys, so it's a very beautiful decoration that you can use to decorate your bed, your bed's headboard, your master bedroom, or your single bedroom. Combining here these 3 decorations I'm telling you about, linen wallpaper, which was the first, the curtain, the second, and now the bed's headboard. I'm leaving all of them here for you, okay? I'll always remind you, so you don't forget, down here in the description, and I'll take this opportunity now with this third tip I'm telling you about. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, okay? Take this video and share it with your friends. Give me this support, give me this help, give me this encouragement, so I can keep bringing you decoration tips, so you can get help choosing the right cool decorations at good prices to decorate your home. In today's video, I'm talking about the bedroom, about decorating a single or double bedroom, so share this video. If you've made it this far, send it to your family, send it to your friends. Look, check out what this architect is saying here, giving decoration tips at good prices. Like this video, leave your like, it doesn't cost you anything, and subscribe to the channel and leave your comment too. I want to hear your opinion, I want to read your comment here, I want to know what you think about these tips I'm giving. That's really important too, alright? Fourth tip, guys, when we're talking about bedroom flooring, I always have an aesthetic and also a comfort guideline to recommend to my clients. In my projects, which is vinyl flooring, look here, we're already talking about a decision when you're going to renovate your house or it's time to choose the flooring and everything else. The previous 3 items I mentioned to you here, you can do right now in your house, whether you're living there or building. Now, the flooring is a decision made right at the beginning of your renovation or construction. And I'm in favor of you using glued vinyl because there is also click vinyl, okay? The installation system is very similar to laminate flooring, which is a type of wood flooring, but let's talk about glued vinyl flooring. It's really cool, man. You have no idea. You have no idea what it's like to get up in the morning from your bed and step onto a vinyl floor. Compared to a cold floor, like a porcelain tile floor, for example. That's why I always recommend to my clients in my projects to use glued vinyl flooring in the bedrooms or in a private hallway leading to the bedrooms, precisely because of that thermal comfort for your feet right there early in the morning when you get up. When we get up, some people like to put a little rug around the bed to step on. Some people don't like that, right? And when you step on the floor, vinyl flooring is much warmer than porcelain tile or a cold floor. So for example, when I have the habit of getting up barefoot, like everyone, right? Nobody goes to bed wearing slippers or shoes, although a lot of people sleep with socks on, right? But when you step, I like to walk barefoot. inside my house, inside my apartment, in my living room, and in my bedrooms. They're made of vinyl flooring, so that's a tip about choosing flooring that I'm giving you right now. Something you can use when you're deciding on your own flooring. At least from the private hallway leading to the bedrooms, if you have 2 or 3 bedrooms in your house or just one suite, that's fine. There's a little hallway that gives access to the rooms. Look, from there on in, go with vinyl flooring, you won't regret it. And of course, I can't forget to talk about the lighting in your private space, which is the bedroom. We're going to talk now about warm white lighting. Look guys, I get a lot of questions here, people asking me, Edipo Kleber, about lighting, warm white, cool white, neutral white. What should we use in the bedroom? I always have a guideline that I follow, which is this: service areas, let's say kitchens, utility rooms, laundries, offices, bathrooms. I always like to use a neutral white, okay? Neutral white. When you're researching the type of lighting, not the bulb itself, but the tone, let's say, of the lighting, it's always going to be in the middle ground, which is neutral white. At 4000K, you'll see that the little bulb, when you buy it, not on the packaging, it will say 3500, 4000, 6000, 5000K. The K stands for Kelvin. 6000 is the temperature of the bulb, the color of the bulb. So, the lower this number is, 3000, 2700, the more yellow or warmer the bulb is. So, for bedrooms, at most 3500K, at most 3500K, why? It's a lighting temperature, as we call it in the decoration field, warm white, which we all know, right guys? An intimate environment needs coziness. An intimate environment needs a feeling of rest, peace, and harmony. And there's nothing better than using warm white lighting to achieve this, to create that feeling. The difference between cool white and warm white in a bedroom is huge. So go with warm white. I'm sure you'll have a pleasant feeling in those spaces. Bedrooms. Leave neutral white for places like bathrooms, kitchens, service areas, offices, and so on. But in the bedroom, don't forget, go with warm white. I'm sure you won't regret it and you'll have a really good feeling. And of course, I also can't forget to mention the nightstand, right? That bedside table we really like to have. There are many situations where you can have this bedside table custom made by a carpenter, right? But let's assume you don't have that custom carpentry, that you bought the modular headboard I showed you in the first items and you're missing the bedside table, okay? I'll give you some options for bedside tables here. Obviously, it has to be functional. A bedside table just needs to be functional. That's its main purpose. But it also has to match your decor. There's no point in having a beautiful gray tone decor in your room and then putting in a red bedside table. It just won't match. There's no point in having a beautiful decor in beige and gray tones in your room and then putting in a green bedside table. It just won't match. So you have to choose the color of your bedside table to match the decor of your bedroom. Since we're talking in this video about bedroom decorations that are affordable and that match, that go well together, what's the point of it being cheap if it's tacky or silly? Like, oh, it's just $100 for this little table, it'll look nice, I'll get 2 for each side of my bed. Everything's fine here except it's blue and there's nothing blue in my room, you know? So, let's get to work. Let's pick a really nice bedside table, but one that matches the decor with the color scheme you have in your bedroom. And here's a spectacular tip. Look, do you have a pet at home? Do you have a cat? Do you have a dog there in your house? They're part of our family, right? Many people see them as their children, and honestly, they are. There's a type of personalized little table made of wood that you can customize with your pet's face, with your dog's face, with your cat's face. It's the one that's showing up for you on the screen right now. Now it has some bigger little drawers for you to store your underwear, objects, and it has 3 little faces. Then you can send a photo of your pet, your cat, or your dog, and we'll go ahead and customize it for you. I'll leave the contact information for Móveis de Estimação, which is the company that makes this personalized table with pet faces, down below in the description. I'll leave their contact info and Instagram, and also in the first pinned comment, okay? Man, you have no idea how beautiful it is if you have a pet at home, if you have a cat, if you have a dog. This bedside table is the one you need to have in your house, in your bedroom, for example. It's personalized. You can have your pet's face on these little drawers I just showed you, which in my opinion is amazing. Immortalizing your pet's face on these drawers. Besides being functional with drawers for you to actually store your things, it's also personalized so you can have your pet's face on it there. So, their contact information from Móveis de Estimação, which is the company that makes this little table, is down below in the description and also in the first comment. Alright, guys? So, here are a few tips just to remind you that you can, in fact, have a nicely decorated and beautiful double bedroom or single bedroom, spending a fair price and even saving a lot on your room's decoration. Sometimes you might think, wow, that wallpaper must be really expensive. Or wow, that headboard, my God, I don't think I'll be able to get it. And then, when you saw the links here and checked the prices, you realized, hey, we can do it, we can customize it, we can have a nice, beautiful room with these decorations. This is what Edipo just told me, okay? So these are great tips for you to decorate a beautiful decoration, spending very little. I hope you enjoyed this content here. These are really cool tips that I bring from my own experiences in projects, in construction. Giving it to you like this, for free, on a silver platter, without charging anything. Just your subscription here to our channel, and also a like here on this channel and sharing it. Share this video with your friends because that helps me a lot. Alright? A hug and see you in the next video.